Good morning.
Oh, hello. You just caught me sitting down enjoying a nice shot of our custom for the Candied Rib Company coffee blend from our friends at Split Bean Roasters in Lebanon. And it is, or Lebanon.
Lebanon?
Lebanon.
Sure.
Lebanon.
I would say Lebanon,
Lebanon.
but I would be wrong. Just
Well,
like how I would pronounce Mount Juliet.
when in Rome, do as Mount G. And when in Rome, right? So,
Yes, please continue.
well, it's Sunday coffee time with Uncle Craig, I suppose. So, want to go over a couple of things, and then I have a little story for you. So, first off, thank you very much to everybody that came out for our 4th of July cookout, where you were able to watch Lisa and I battle a heat stroke and crank it on out for you. It was a lot of fun. Most of the stuff that we served hadn't been prepared on that cooking equipment before, so it was a little bit of a learning curve. We appreciate everybody's patience and graciousness. It was excellent, so thank you for that. Second thing is coming up here very, very soon, and we'll put something out on it. We're going to have a Meet the Farmer event. If we can get it worked out. One of our farmers is actually going to be here at the restaurant. He's doing some fun things with some stuff. Josh Walker of New Hope Farms, really cool, really passionate, and he's doing some stuff with some pigs, and we're gonna kind of check him out. Should be pretty neat. Josh is intending to be here, so you can actually speak to him, and he'd like to meet folks as well. Be pretty cool. And so, yeah, and also too, apparently we just, yesterday or 2 days ago, hit 5,000 followers
Yesterday. I was like, what are you referencing? Yes, yesterday.
Yes, the FB, the social media. So we hit 5,000 followers. That's really cool. Thank you all for your
That's super exciting.
Yeah, it's kind of cool, right?
You're kind of tame about it, but I was like, wow.
Well, I'm never much one for popularity or popularity contests, but that seems to me to be a big
reach.
number. It's a big number.
It's just people that know about us.
5,000
That's
people.
amazing. And they're following our journey.
Yeah. It's very humbling.
Humbling,
I think.
that's the right word.
For me, it's very well, for you as well. It's humbling. So thank you all. Thank you for the participation and the shoot fire. I guess I don't know the word that I'm looking for. But regardless, thank you for following us. Come on in and check us out if you have not. Let me throw a disclosure out there. Yes, we are in fact takeout only. It's just not big enough to have any tables and chairs in here, and there are local regulations that we need to kind of adhere to in regards to putting tables in our lobby.
Yeah, it's a really tiny spot.
It's real small. It's less than 1,200 square feet. So we do what we can with it, but just know that before you come in, yeah, man, takeout. But that being said, we like to do a lot with what we got. So, so come on in. We'd certainly love to meet you and see you and all that kind of thing. So, story, because a lot of our, regular customers, there's a term, raving fan, right? And we have several, and we're raving fans of our raving fans. I mean, you all, Lisa and I, like, this is what we talk about. This restaurant, our little takeout spot. This and our kids, and God. That's like our life, right? And this is what we talk about, and we talk about you all fondly, of course. When we're not in here, when we are in here, before we open, after we close, this is life. And a lot of our raving fans have asked, man, how are you not losing your mind with your hoods not being done. And so I'd like to tell you a story about patience. So when I was a kid growing up, and I was 13 years old, I was 13, and my father, my pop, who's like literally the smartest dude I know, and I know everybody probably says that about their pop, no offense, I'm sure your dad's really, really smart. My dad is like freaking smart, right? And he's a perfectionist. And so he bought me a car. I got my first car when I was 13, and it was a 1965 Ford Mustang Fastback. And I think that he paid $125 for it.
Yikes.
It didn't run. And so the idea was, see, my pop worked his way through a custom body shop in Detroit. He worked his way through school doing that. Side note, fun fact, he actually installed the headliner to Lee Iacocca's personal Mustang, 1964 and a half Mustang, that he had customized. My dad actually installed his headliner. That's kind of neat. But anyway, so we got this car for a hunk of junk, doesn't run, for $125. And the idea was that we rebuild it. And when you're 13, you have this car, and you know what it's going to look like, or you have an idea of what it's going to look like and be like. You just can't wait. I mean, try teaching a 13-year-old patience. Yeah, I have fun with that one. I was no different. Well, my weekends, instead of going out with friends and all that, whatever you did, and I guess I did a little bit of going out with friends, but most weekends, almost every single one, were spent working on that car. And I mean, we took it down to nothing, literally to paint it. We picked up the frame, me and my dad, and we moved it into the garage on cinder blocks. Me at 13 and Dad at, I don't know, 40 something, I guess. We set it on cinder blocks to paint it. I mean, essentially, when I say it was just a frame, I mean, there were no doors on it, there was no fenders on the front, there was no hood, there was no nothing, right? No suspension on it, nothing. And the entire rebuild process took a total of over 3 years, right? And the level of perfection that I didn't understand, right? 13 years old, I just wanted it done. I just wanted it done. I don't care. Boom, start up, go to school, wherever I want to go, just get it done. Well, my dad knew better in his infinite wisdom. Well, maybe not infinite. God has infinite wisdom.
Right.
Dad has wisdom. Lots of it.
Pretty darn smart.
Yeah. So it took over 3 years, and in my social circle, which was very, very small, I've been a very introverted person my whole life. Well, the majority of my friends were car guys, right? When you have friends that are car guys and they know that you got a fairly desirable car, then obviously it's, when's it going to get done? When's it going to get done? Everybody all the time, when's it going to get done? And this guy over here, well, he's got a Camaro and it's already done. He only had it for 8 months and it's already. This guy's got a Camaro. This guy's got a whatever. And they were great cars, man. They were awesome. And I'm sitting here just going, man, I don't know, guys. I don't know. Every weekend, did I get a class ring? No. Did I get a leather jacket? No. But I got a car that I had to work on. And so, to the point, here's how the painting process worked for this car. After all the body work, which sanding is involved. Sanding, you find your low spot, you circle it, you fill it with body filler, then you sand that out, then you reprimer it, and then you sand it again. And sanding is a multi-step process. You start with a coarser grit, and you move to a finer grit. The finest we got was like 2500 grit. I don't know, whatever that means. You car guys out there, you probably know. Well, so we painted it with DuPont's Imron paint, which is a very hard paint, and it was black. Well, anybody that knows anything about auto body work, black is something a lot of people avoid because it shows every flaw, every little wave, every little piece of orange peel. I mean, everything. It shows it. It screams at you. Well, and my dad's a perfectionist, as previously stated. Well, we had to spray the black at like 3 in the morning or something because the bugs weren't out and it was more humidity in the air or something to do with the paint, whatever. And then we had to let it cure for a week. And then we sanded it till it was like it was like matte black, but we sanded it, to my recollection, 4 times, going up in finer grit every single time. Very arduous process. And then when we got done with that, then we got up in the morning, spray painted the thing again at 3 o'clock in the morning, had to let it cure for a week, had to go through the whole process again of sanding it down. You get out what's called orange peel. And if you look very close at factory paint finishes, and they've improved over time, but you can look and you can see a very fine texture look to it. It feels smooth, but it looks like literally the skin of an orange peel. It's where the chemicals oxidize at different rates, right? So anyway, so we went through that process. Well, then we had to clear coat it. So we had to spray clear paint on top. So, and we got up and we sprayed the thing down with a coat of clear, and we had to let it cure for another week, and then we had to spend another week sanding the thing down. And then 1 coat wasn't enough. No. We squirted 2 coats on there, and we had to go through the whole thing all over again. And it was maddening. It was absolutely maddening at the time. And so, anyway, finally the big day came. And I tell you, we painted it black. And we did it up with 1966 Mustang interior, right? And it was a GT, had a red GT stripe down the side, had the styled steel wheels. We had a 289 block. Yes, we rebuilt the engine as well. Boarded 60 overman, 4 pistons, 3/4 race cam with a 650 CFM 4-barrel Holly. Put a vacuum intake. It was delicious. Well, then finally we drove to work, or drove to school. And I tell you, this monster of a vehicle, which no 16-year-old had any business driving, with no seat belts, with terrible handling.
No seatbelt.
No seatbelts. I was a responsible child. And I tell you, the feeling of accomplishment and satisfaction was beyond what anybody could possibly have foreseen. And the point is that, yeah, you know, sometimes things don't go the way you want. I swear, I say all the time, man, I can't get God to do what I ask him to do. He just but it seems to work out better when God does things in his own time. So we kind of have to trust in that. But that being said, when these hoods are finally done and the menu is realized, it's going to be so sweet. Just like when I pulled up to school the first time in my shiny brand new Mustang. And yeah, then all of a sudden, everybody who was giving me grief, they said, "Oh,
dang,
I get it." Yeah, it's kind of cool. So, anyway, just a little story about patience. Yes, if you allow emotion to set in, yes, frustration would be one of said emotions. But that being said, I keep my eye on. Well, first off, I keep my faith in God because He knows what's going on. I don't I don't have any control over it. Right? We could do what we can, but we don't have any control over it. And then the next thing is that the vision of what will be and what it already is. We're so grateful for the friends that we have been able to establish relationships with. Like, we love y'all, man. Y'all are great great folks, and we certainly appreciate your support. And just know that there's not complacency. The reason that we don't have these hoods is just, as I say many times, thanks a lot, COVID.
I say hashtag
Appreciate
2022 problems.
Yeah, yeah, hashtag.
Hashtag.
So, anyway, we appreciate you bearing with us, bearing witness to this journey, and I tell you, the end game result is really going to be something special. So,
We are trying very hard to get to that completion point, and we will definitely let you know.
Yeah, Lisa has said she's going to shout from the rooftops.
Jumping up on the roof.
That's right.
We're all the way open.
You're not going to need to question it. So that being said,
The
if you're
grills are done.
sitting in your church parking lot right now and you've made it this far in the video, thank you. We appreciate you. We look forward to the next time we get to see you. And I guess thank you for joining in with Coffee with Uncle Craig and enjoying story time. With that, I guess we'll see you here shortly for lunch. Have a great week.
Bye.